Good morning. I know parts of the world is morning time and parts of the world is people going to sleep, but I wanted to get this off my chest, guys, because I've been holding this in for like so long. I was violated in my own home, my personal space, by the handyman. If you guys want to update, there's not really no update about him. I'm not making this video about him because it's not about him. It's about victims of sexually abuse. So it's not about him. This video is not about him. This video is to tell my story, to help other victims out there that, is going through something traumatic in their life and they're too afraid to talk about it because they think people would not believe them, and that's how I was. But telling my story, well, I want to help a young woman out there that's going through, sexual abuse or being abused. The handyman, I see him often, but I don't talk to him. I don't want to be near him. Then he goes to my neighbor house, and then I have a neighbor that is married. His wife is in Mexico, and he is like the handyman. So I feel so uncomfortable. He doesn't understand that I do not want to be around him. And my mom tells him to come over, and he comes over once in a while, and he says, oh, I'm his girlfriend. And I just feel like that's disrespectful to like his wife, and I feel like men like that are dogs, and like I can't trust, like it's hard for me to trust a guy, that really, loves me. And my husband, and I say in my videos, my husband is out there, and there's a gentleman waiting to, want to marry me, but I'm so afraid because I don't want to get hurt. Like, I want to find true love. Like, I want to be happy, and I want to have a fulfilled, marriage with my husband, but like I'm scared of getting hurt, guys, and I hold so much in. Like, I'm not saying that all men are dogs, but I mean, the ones that like take advantage of me, I can't trust you. Like, what makes me think that, I want to trust you, and I want to help victims, out much as I can. Like, I been in your shoes. Sometimes I'm scared to talk about this because everybody is like, oh, you probably provoked it. Like, no. When the handyman violated me, I was wearing regular clothes, a shirt like this, and I was wearing pants. And he still came on to me like I was his girlfriend, and I wasn't. Just like my neighbor, I wasn't wearing provocative clothes. I was wearing regular clothes like this. But they're men that have fetishes. One of my mom's friends, he's in jail right now. He told me, have you been in a motel with an older man? I'll pay you to have sex with me. And my mom didn't have my back. My mom was a nonchalant mother. She had these men prey on me. And I would look in her eye, wanting for help. And her drinking got in the way of it. And the reason why I'm telling my story, because I didn't have the love for my mom. My mom left me when I was 15, and she would tell people, oh, she was grown. I was a teenager in high school. Sorry, guys. But it's so hard because, I saw, and I want to talk about this, I saw the documentary on Netflix, Surviving R. Kelly, and it broke me because these women, they were afraid to tell their story because nobody would believe them. And being that R. Kelly was famous and he had money, he would buy them out for their silence. So I know what those women are going through, because I've been in their shoes. My mom would pawn me to men, and I was like, wait a minute. I was more than my 20s, but I still needed my mom to protect me. And I was scared, and I would cry, My dad moved away, so I didn't really have my dad to protect me. And I wanted my dad to protect me. I wanted my dad to be here and say, hey, leave my daughter alone. But I couldn't. And this is the day I can't tell my dad what happened to me, because he'll like me. Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, guys, but it's just, that documentary really hit a nerve for me, guys. I didn't think I would get so emotional talking about it, but I wanted to tell my story. And that any woman or girl going through sexually or being sexually abused, I'm here for you, and I will advocate for sexually abuse. But this is my story, guys, and I won't be afraid anymore to speak up. I won't. But I was wondering, did my mom ever love me? Because if she loved me, she would protect me against those predators that try to hurt me or touch me. But yeah, she was the kind of mother that would pawn men to me. She would bring different men to my house and say, hey Rosa, come say hi to my friend. And they say, oh, you're so pretty. And when she wasn't watching, they would try to fondle me, touch me inappropriately, and I would say no, and I would just come inside and be in my room. And she's like, oh, you're being rude, that's my friend. No, you don't bring guys over around your daughter. I'm not a bad looking person, guys. I have a shape to me, But I would, like I said, I would never wear nothing prerogative, when my dad was here, he was very protective of me. So I wouldn't never, wear short shorts around his friends. They were, guy friends. I see them as my dad's friends and nothing else, guys. I would wear, I would dress like a boy because I didn't want them to look at me like inappropriate or anything. So I would dress like a boy. I would not put no makeup on, guys. I would wear these kind of t-shirts and jeans. And, that's how, it was. The only time I wore dresses was maybe to church, and, that was it. I would make sure that I would dress like a boy, so that way, my dad friends wouldn't look at me, and, inappropriately. I go to store with my dad, it'd be guys looking at me, and he was like, hey, that's my daughter, I appreciate if you don't look at my daughter like that. So I don't know, next time if I go to the store, I wouldn't wear nothing, prerogative. And I do that now, like, before quarantine, I sometimes I dress like a boy so I wouldn't get attention, guys. So no guys would look at me like the wrong way. And so, yeah. So, even now, like, I make sure, like, okay, if I'm wearing something provocative, I would take it off and I would throw it away, because I'm like, no, because this is what attract, predators. This is, wearing stuff prerogative. And I, tell my niece, she likes wearing dresses, and I tell her, it's like, hey, please wear, shorts underneath your dress, and just like a lady, make sure you close your, close your legs, and, just like a lady, and like, I tell you guys, she likes wearing my makeup, but, I don't want her to grow too fast, because I don't want anybody to look at her the wrong way, because I would definitely kill somebody over my nieces, guys. So, I tell her, hey, no, like, that's too tight, take it off. So when I do her makeup, I, make her all natural. And my little niece is starting to want to wear makeup as too. So, I'm very cautious, like, what my niece wears, because I don't want no guys looking at her the wrong way. So I'm very cautious of what I wear. Sometimes you guys will probably see me on here. I do videos where I wear rompers, and I make sure that my, cleavage is not showing, or I'm not wearing anything provocative, because I know that there's people that, out there that are sick, and they have a sick mind. And that's what I tell my niece, is that to be very careful when you're around people, because nobody means well. So I'm like very protective of my niece, my nieces, and my nephew, but my nieces are girls, so I'm very protective of them. Like, I want them to know that they're protected by me, and that nobody's gonna harm them. So that's why, I'm very cautious of bringing a guy over, because I know that what most guys want is just sex, and that's it. They leave you high and dry. So, I have respect for my nieces, and I have respect for my sister and her kids. I don't bring no man to my house that I know that they just want sex. Like, I don't. So, yeah. I'd rather for it to be seriously, and not like a one night stand, or one time thing, and once a month see each other. No, I want it to be forever. I want to know that, okay, we're taking the next step into getting married. I want something long term. So that's why I will remain single, maybe for the rest of my life. But it's okay because I'd rather, you know, not bring anybody around my nieces or my nephew. I'd rather just be by myself and not be in a relationship. Like, I put this wall up because of what I've been through, like what men put me through. So it's hard for me to trust, you know, gain that trust back with a guy, you know, because I'm thinking, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, he's only want one thing from me, is sex, and you know, that's it. So yeah, like, excuse me guys, I'm gradually, guys, healing for what traumatic experience that I've been through in my life. And ladies, if you've been through it, you're not alone. I'm here, you know, as a friend. I just wanted to come and say my story, guys, and I feel so much better, like, saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace out.